Alright, what's up everybody? We're back with another edition of Everyday Hoops. Hope you guys are having a good one. Today we're going to be talking about last night's game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals. The Boston Celtics beat the Indiana Pacers and sweep to go to the NBA Finals. I'll talk all about the Celtics and that game here in today's video. Thank you guys for the views on the videos and the shorts recently. I really appreciate it. If you do like the content around here, consider subscribing, like, turn notifications, do all stuff like that. I'd really appreciate it. Really upset a lot. Join the membership. If you want to learn more about the membership, there's a video on my channel explaining all of it. You can go back and watch that. Links to my Twitter, TikTok, stuff like that. Description down below. And yeah, don't waste any more of your time. Let's get right to it. So in this video, I want to talk more about. I'm going to talk about a little bit about the game 4, but I want to talk more about the Boston Celtics in general in this game. In this video, but we'll start with the game. Obviously, heartbreaking loss in game 3 for the Pacers, being up by as many as 18 and having that lead dwindle coming into game 4. Obviously, at this point, it's just about pride and honor at this point. And the Pacers had a good game. I mean, they once again had a lead at one point in this game until we get to the fourth quarter. And then Jaylen Brown had 10 points in that quarter. Derek White hit a big three-pointer in the corner. Drew Holiday was amazing all game. Tatum hit a couple tough shots. And the Celtics come back and win this one 105-102. Pacers don't score for the last 3.5 minutes of this game. Their offense goes cold. They had a couple turnovers late in this game. And the Celtics show their championship pedigree. They come out and win this one. Jaylen Brown 29 and 6 with 3 steals, 11 for 22 shooting. Tatum 26, 13 and 8. Drew Holiday at 17 and 9. Derek White 16, 4, 4, 5 steals, 3 blocks, including a big three-pointer. He was amazing. Look at team stats. Boston shot 14, hit 14 threes. Pacers only hit 10 threes. Let's see. The Pacers actually won a lot of the battles, honestly, though. Like, they won the rebounding battle 47 to 44. Offensive rebounds, they won 13 to 12. Assists 24 to 22. They lost in turnover battle again 14 to 11. And they got out. They shot more free throws and hit more free throws. They were 12 for 16. Boston 11 for 14. Shot better from the field. So really, the Pacers honestly won every stat in this game. It was just they couldn't win the game because that last 3 minutes they just could not do anything. They couldn't score. And Junior Mahar, another really good game, 24, 6, and 10 on 10 for 18. The last 2 games, he's been phenomenal. 15 for TJ McConnell. Will be topping at 12 points off the bench. Pascal at 19 and 10. 14 for Aaron Nesmith. Tough game for Miles Turner. 5 fouls, only 8 points on 2 for 6 shooting. And yeah, another game without Tyrese. The Pacers couldn't really do much, and the Celtics come out and they win game 4. They sweep the Pacers, and they're going to the NBA Finals for the second time in 3 years. And yeah, the Celtics won this series, even though despite it was a lot closer. You got to give the Pacers credit. The Pacers made this a series. They honestly could have won 3 of these 4 games. 3 of these 4 games, they had a lead in the fourth quarter. Game 1, it was they turned the ball over 2 times in the last couple of minutes, and then Jaylen Brown hits a three-pointer. They go into overtime, so Celtics win that one. Get dominated in game 2. Game 3, they're up by as many as 18 and see the lead dwindle down, and the Celtics come back, stay in this one and win. And then this game as well, Pacers had a lead. The Celtics stayed in it. They hit a couple big shots. Pacers couldn't score in the last couple of minutes, and they win that one. So the Pacers gave it everything they could. They just couldn't close out in these games. And Boston, with how all their experience, they found a way to come out and win these games. Jaylen Brown wins Eastern Conference Finals MVP, which I like to see. He averaged just under 30 points per game, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals on 51, 37, 65 shooting. He had a 40-point game at one point in this series. And yeah, I mean, obviously you think it's just going to go to the star player, go to Jason Tatum. But Jaylen Brown was amazing in this series. And he's being really aggressive, getting to the rim. He had a 40-point game again in this series. He's been shooting the ball super, super well. And Pacers just couldn't contain him. Tatum also averaged 30, 10, and 6 in this series. A really good series from Jason Tatum. Finally, after the first 2 series, he wasn't really being the superstar Jason Tatum that we know he can be. He played good. Drew Holiday had a really good series as well. 18.5 points, 7 rebounds, almost 6 assists. He had the big plays in game 3 where he got the and one, and then he got the steal on Nemhard to seal the game. Derek White averaged 16 and 6.5 assists. Al Horford averaged 12 and 7 with almost 2 blocks per game. Just a great series from the Celtics. You know, despite everything going against, despite having 3 games where they did not look as great as the Celtics usually were. At the end of the day, a win is a win, which is what I more want to talk about with the Celtics team. A lot of people talk about the Celtics team had an easy run to the finals, which yeah, when you're a number 1 seed, it should be an easier run to the finals. They did have some injury luck. Of course, the first round, Miami, no Jimmy Butler, no Terry Rozier. Jaime Jaquez missed the last couple games. of that series. Second round against the Cavaliers, no Jared Allen. Donovan Mitchell missed the last two games of the series. They also had a lot of other. Karis LeVert missed the last game, stuff like that. Then we go to the conference finals. Tyrese Halliburton misses 2 games in the conference finals. So they had some injury luck on their side, obviously, which in the playoffs and stuff you need luck, but they had a lot more injury luck than usually teams get. Usually teams have 1 round or 2 rounds where some player goes down. Not every round where a star player on the team has missed some time. That doesn't usually happen, but that's what happened. And honestly, people saying that about the Celtics, it's like, yeah, it's true. Obviously, they had injury luck. They've had some lucky things go their way, but it's like, what can the Celtics do about that? The Celtics can't do much about that. Celtics can't. Like, what do you want the Celtics to do when Donovan Mitchell goes out for the Cavaliers? It's like, what do you want them to do? Forfeit the game? Tell them, no, we don't want to play unless Donovan Mitchell. Like, you can't do that. They can only play whoever they have to play. And they had to play the Cavs without Donovan Mitchell. They had to play Miami without Jimmy Butler. They had to play Indiana without Tyrese Halliburton. That's out of their control. So at that point, they were just doing what they had to do. Was it as dominant as it usually is? Yes and no. No, because there's a lot of times. I mean, Miami took a game off them. They had to have a franchise record, but Miami took a game off them when they shouldn't have. Cleveland took a game off them, and the last 2 games without Donovan Mitchell were very close until the fourth quarter. The last like 6 minutes, Boston pulled away at the end. Even in this series, where again, Indiana, 3 of the 4 games in the series, Indiana had a lead in the fourth quarter. Like Pacers honestly should have won game 1 and should have won game 3. You can make an argument they should have won game 4 as well. This should be maybe a 2-2 series going back to Boston, potentially. You know, so was this as dominant as a 64-win team with dealing with a bunch of injured teams should be with the talent both these teams have? No, but at the end of the day, I can say whatever I want about the Celtics not. I mean, with the Cavs staying in the series and having leads, the Pacers having leads in 3 games in the fourth quarter, and the Cavaliers being in the game despite having no Donovan Mitchell. I can say all that, but at the end of the day, the Celtics won those games, and the Celtics are going to the NBA Finals with only 2 losses, and so far. So paper wise and technically, they have been dominant because they've only lost 2 games going into the NBA Finals. They're 12-2 right now, and most of their wins have been by double digits. Besides, really, this series, all this series, they've only had one double digit win. All the other 3 wins were 5-point win, 3-point win, 3-point win. Yeah, so really, they have actually been dominant, and now they're in the NBA Finals, and this is where it kind of really starts for the Boston Celtics. This is where we really. This is the moment right here. Getting to the conference finals, getting to the NBA Finals they were favored all along. Even before the season started, they were one of the favorites. And seeing how the season goes on, people saying they should have an easy path to the finals. And even coming into the playoffs and seeing how the playoffs went, yeah, they should be here right now. This is kind of like mandatory a little bit for them. Give credit that obviously they did it because a lot of teams they have the situation like this and they don't prevail. So the Celtics made it first of all, so you got to give credit to them. Let them celebrate that they made the conference final. They made the NBA Finals. That's not an easy thing to do. But now this is where it really starts. Whoever they have to play, most likely the 99% sure it's going to be the Dallas Mavericks they're going to play against. We'll see if the Mavericks can end it tonight. But now this is where the real journey begins, and this is where the Celtics really begin their playoff run. Because at this point, Boston Celtics this year, it's not about a conference finals appearance. It's not about a finals. It's about an NBA championship. It's about hanging banner number 18 this year. And will they do it? I don't know. I don't know. The Dallas Mavericks are a really tough team. I'm gonna do a preview video once we get the matchup really set. Eventually down the road. But this is where it really starts with Boston Celtics. Can't wait to see this NBA Finals. Of course, congratulations to the Celtics for making it to the NBA Finals. Credit to the Indiana Pacers for making it to the conference finals. I'm going to have my look-in video about the Indiana Pacers coming out probably on Thursday. I'll say probably on Thursday will be my look-in video for the Pacers because now it looks like might have some time where we're gonna have a big stretch of days where we're not going to have NBA games, especially depending on what happens tonight. If the Mavericks close out tonight, we're going to have like an 8-day stretch where you have no games until the NBA Finals start. So I'm going to have to kind of prolong these videos. So the Pacers video will be out on Thursday where I talk about the Pacers season and what's to come for the future and all that. But yeah, the Celtics are in the NBA Finals. But yeah, it's going to be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, if you do like the content around here, consider subscribing, like, turn notifications, do all stuff like that. I'd really appreciate it. Really upset a lot. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.